Hello and welcome to the channel. The Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has rejected claims by the All Progressives Congress APC US chapter that he was responsible for the protests held at the White House Park. Obi noted that he had consistently called for peace and calm since the conclusion of the elections. Let's get the details proper. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Presidential poll. Peter Obi disagrees with US APC over White House Park protests. The Labour Party LP presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi has disagreed with the United States of America chapter of the All Progressives Congress APC over sponsors of a protest against the outcome of the 2023 presidential poll at the park opposite White House, USA. In a statement by the USA APC chairman, Professor Tai Balofin, who accused Mr. Obi of sponsoring the protest against the victory of the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC, who he said won a free and fair election after beating Obi and 16 other opponents. Mr. Obi, through his campaign spokesman, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, distanced himself from the protest, saying he has been at the vanguard of urging his supporters to remain calm while he seeks to reclaim his mandate through due process. Balofin said, "We wish to inform the public that a group of the Nigerian 2023 presidential election losers are currently protesting at the park in front of the White House. It is important to note that the US government is not involved or in support of the protest, as anybody can get approval for a peaceful protest. We also wish to state that this protest was sponsored by Peter Obi, who lost the election in Nigeria. It is our belief that Nigeria's presidential election was free and fair, and Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu won the election. Majority of Nigerian voters gave him their mandate, and no propaganda, manipulation, or tissue of lies can stop his inauguration." Urging Nigerians not to be perturbed by the actions of the protesters, Balofin disclosed, "We have mobilized true Nigerians to come out in support of their mandates, and we believe that the protesters will not succeed in their mission to disrupt the peace and stability of Nigeria. We want to assure Nigerians that Nigeria will not secede and it will remain united. We must work together to salvage it." Adding, "The opposition who lost will meet the winner at the protest ground. We urge all Nigerians to remain calm and peaceful, as we believe that justice will prevail and the mandate of the Nigerian people will be respected." Distancing Obi from the protest, Dr. Yunusa told Vanguard on phone, "There is no presidential candidate that has been in full control and admonishing his supporters to be calm than Obi and Dati. The only thing is we are not satisfied with the process that led to the declaration of Tinubu as president-elect. We have raised fundamental issues about the process, and the process is part of the democratic process. Obi has not sponsored anybody to do anything. Rather, he has urged them to be calm and follow the rule of law. However, if Nigerian people are protesting the injury done to them, they have the right. Nobody is sponsoring anybody." Authorities in the United States have granted permission to supporters of Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi to use the park to protest the outcome of the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. The permit allows about 100 protesters to converge on the iconic Lafayette Park in Washington, D.C., located across the street from the White House. The park is a prominent fixture in American history. We in the diaspora are demonstrating to call the attention of the U.S. government and Biden administration to not recognize the winner, the organizers said. The United States Department of Interior said the organizers and anyone at the protest must comply with all reasonable directions of the United States Park Police. The protesters were warned that all sideways, walkways, and roadways must remain unobstructed to allow for the reasonable use of these areas by pedestrians, vehicles, and other park visitors. The protest is organized by a pro-Peter Obi group Nigerian American Coalition for Justice and Democracy Incorporated. Obi, a former governor of Anambra State, lost the election to Bola Tinubu, a former governor of Lagos State and candidate of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC). A document seen by The Guardian shows that the organizer of the protest is one Franklin Ekechukwu. Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) on Wednesday, March 1st, announced Tinubu as the winner of the presidential election. A total of 18 candidates contested. INEC said Tinubu polled 8,794,726 votes to defeat fellow contenders Atiku Abubakar of the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP), who polled 6,984,520 votes. Labour Party's Peter Obi had 6,101,533 votes to come third, and candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), Rabiu Kwankwaso, with 1,496,687 votes. Abubakar and Obi said the election was flawed and accused the ruling APC and the electoral body of rigging the ballot in Tinubu's favor. Both candidates want the court to order INEC to pronounce them as the winner of the election and declare that Tinubu was not qualified to run for office of president in Nigeria. In related development, a People's Democratic Party (PDP) chieftain, Charles Idahosa, has urged the presidential candidate of the Labour Party (LP), Peter Obi, to warn his supporters against making provocative statements capable of endangering Nigeria's democracy. Idahosa's admonition was not unconnected with the confirmation of the Department of State Services (DSS) on Wednesday that some key persons were determined to foist an interim government on the country. There is no perfect election. We saw election in America. Until now, Donald Trump has not accepted the outcome, so you don't make inflammatory statements that will burn the country. An election where sitting governors were losing Senate seats. Tinubu lost Lagos, the president lost Katsina, the DG of the APC campaign council lost Plateau, Governor Hotam of Benue State lost his senatorial ambition, and somebody will still come out to say the election was rigged. But in the southeast, it was okay where no single presidential candidate scored up to 20%. I am so disappointed. You don't talk like that. We must give this country an opportunity to grow. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.